Alright, we are back for another Cities of Sigmar painting tutorial. And today we are going to be painting the Excelsis shield. We're going to start off with Apothecary White, and we're just going to put this all over the shield. This is going to be on the wood and on the central diamond. Going to get my brush a little bit wet. And just go in like this. And we're doing it on both because, well, the wood is kind of a whitish gray, but the central diamond is also a pretty pale color. So we're going to do the same trick we've done on a couple shields now, where we put the contrast white on here first and then put Skeleton Horde over that middle diamond afterward. Just going to pull some of that back up. There we go. So I'll let this dry completely. Actually, I won't let this dry completely. I'm just going to go straight in for the Skeleton Horde, since I have it right here. Skeleton Horde. And we'll do that on this central diamond here. So I'm going to go for a skinnier brush. I'm going to get it wet. And just get a little bit of Skeleton Horde. And just come in and mix it just like that with our Apothecary White. So yeah, now I'll let that all dry. Then we'll come back and do the metal, and then we'll add a couple washes and we'll basically be done. This might be a quick one. All right, we're back and everything is nice and dry. Now we're going to move on to Broadsword Silver from Speedpaint 2.0. And I've got some out on a palette here already, and we're just going to put this on the metal trim, metal filigree, whatever you want to call it, up here. All these shields are slightly different, which is cool. Makes your units look kind of varied, which is always nice. But does mean you have to pay attention to where the filigree is and how it interacts with the sides of the shields and stuff like that. And of course, in these videos, I'm not painting any of the backs of the shields. When I do, for my army, I plan to paint it just a brown, there we go, just a brown, and then do some silver, and then a leather color there. I'm assuming that these shields are painted by the members of the city, not that they are out finding wood that is the color they require. Okay. Would be kind of cool, though, if they were using wood that just was the color, and that's how they chose the city's colors, is whatever realm they were in, whatever color wood those trees produced, that would be what their colors were. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're just painting them. So that's all done. Now we're going to move on to the next step, which is going to be Reichland Flush Shade, which is just for that little purity seal here on the front. It's not on every shield, but when it is here, since it's on the front of the shield, I do paint it. And I will paint the back of it also, just so I don't have to come back to it when I eventually do finish these shields. I think I mentioned it maybe in the first video of this series, but I'm doing Misthaven for my army, and I plan to just have a unit of 10 guys who all have these different shields on them. I don't think anyone will care. I think they'll find it cool. So I will eventually be finishing all these guys, or all these shields. But for now, I'll let that dry, and we'll come back and do our last color before the washes on all these rivets and bolts. All right, we are back, and now we're going to move on to Polished Silver, again from the Army Painter Speedpaint 2.0 line. I've already got some out here on a palette, so we're just going to fill in all the rivets here. And then, as with the last video, the only other thing I have to do is put some Agrax Earthshade down. And I'm sure you all have seen Agrax Earthshade applied many times. So I don't necessarily think I need to film that. I'm just going to put it, get the last rivet here. I'm just going to put it in the cracks between the boards right here. And then in the scars on the shield. And then maybe a tiny bit around each bolt. And that'll be really about it. And then I'll let that dry and then put the transfer on. And that will be the shield done. So right about now, you should be seeing the finished product right over there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I will see you on the next one.